What do you mean?
Jake said he thought that the officiating impacted the focus.
Mm-hmm.
Curious, just your take on that.
What exactly what he said? If you know. Yeah, I don't want to get him in trouble. Or he said the officiating was distracting tonight, basically, or just.
I think we were just a little bit frustrated with the officiating when we lost our focus. We've got to be better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think he's entitled to that as our head coach, and I agree with him in terms of just the rhythm of the game kind of knocked us back, and we were doing a lot of extra talking to the refs and trying to figure out what they were seeing out there on both ends of the ball. So I think that attributed to some of our kind of plays down the stretch, and also in that second quarter, third quarter, where they outscored us 41-33. Yeah, no, I think that just took a toll on us. But I don't want to sit up here and make any excuses for myself or our team. I think they played a heck of a game, the Celtics. We held them to fair shake in the first quarter, and then that second quarter they took full advantage of the opportunity to get into the free throw line, getting some open threes, playing with a pace that we just couldn't match. And when you allow a team to score 40 points in any quarter in the NBA, it's going to be tough to come back from it. They had an incredible rhythm, so you got to give them credit on that. And they were, picking on our matchups tonight a little bit, made us think the game on the defensive end. And, it was another test for us against one of the best teams in the league, and we came up short. So we could definitely pinpoint some of the plays throughout the game that we could have been better or could have been fixed. But I think overall our mentality coming into this game was pretty good. We just can't allow any external distractions to get in our way, because we were in the game for a majority of the game, and then they created some separation and did what the Celtics do. They closed out pretty well and played hard to the end.
Unexpected time off, double practices, the first ones in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Did that have any effect on the game, or
what? What specifically? What the practices?
The time off, the practices, or might you have expected to have more impact and it didn't, or?
Yeah, no, I mean, first play of the game, I went to swipe down on JT, and then just like the other game, not getting tackled out there by Bron, like unexpected. Like injuries in the first few minutes of the game, and then, I'm barely reaching for the basketball. I'm barely going after things. My aggression was kind of a little bit lower than I wanted to, and when things happen like that, personally, you got to get out of your own way and still do everything you can to win. And I think for me, I got to do a better job of just inserting myself in situations on the court and getting better shots. I think a few of them, I felt like they were right at the rim or they were pretty much contested, but I got to knock those down and got to give Lucas some help, especially when he's playing well in the first half like that. In the second half, I felt like we could have given him a lot more support, and he was forcing it a little bit, as every other great scorer does in our league, and we just got to be able to pick him up on the defensive end, make sure we're there to support each other.
What exactly happened on that play? You said you swiped out, but then
yeah, on the first play of the game, JT went by me and I tried to swipe, and he does his kind of trick where he puts the ball up and messed up my thumb. That's why I'm wearing this freaking brace right now, man. So just let you know.
Other than talent, what makes them so hard to get a handle on the offensive end? I mean, they didn't shoot the three terrific tonight, but they still got the line.
Yeah, I think they do a great job of shrinking the floor, playing through their guys, JT and JB, and then you got some quality, high IQ basketball players over there in their locker room with Drew Holiday and Al Horford, who have a lot of veteran leadership. So those guys know who to play through, what plays to run. Their bench played pretty well tonight too, in terms of just their pace and getting the ball out. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well from three, but they still got 46 attempts. So, it just shows you what they're looking for as an offensive juggernaut. And just looking forward to the next time we play them so we can make our own adjustments. I think Joe Mazzulla made some adjustments coming out of halftime, the way he wanted to play me and Luka. And he wanted the ball to find some of our guys on the perimeter. So you got to give them credit. Again, they've been playing great all season. For us, we've been trying to figure out our identity, our consistency, and tonight was one of those times where we came up short against one of the best in the league.
What did Mazzulla adjust?
I felt like he really was making an emphasis to get switches on the defensive end while we were playing defense, and continue to put certain bodies in positions on the offensive end while we were playing offense, just to stop us. And they do a lot of switching. They do a lot of overhelping. So again, you got to give them credit. They have a great system there. And tonight, we just didn't make adjustments quick enough. Man, I honestly want to curse right now and say, like F this stuff like going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to take these neck injuries, but it just comes with the territory in this physical combative game. So I'm not going to make any excuses for myself. It's going to hurt. I don't think there's anybody in the NBA that's 100% night to night. So for me personally, I'm not going to make any excuses, man. If, the other night was brutal, falling on my back, falling on my hip, and then tonight, spraining my thumb. But just got to keep pushing, man. Yeah, I got an X-ray right after the game. Our doc said it's just a right thumb sprain. So just wear this for protective measures, and then try to avoid people swiping down the next few games. Put the ball in a shot pocket where they can't swipe down, and hopefully I don't get injured again.
You've obviously won a championship, competed against championship teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know a lot of guys over there well. How do you think they measure up to a championship caliber standard?
Well, we didn't get to see their full team tonight. Starting five and full rotation stuff like that, like we saw against Denver. But I got to give them credit, man. They have done incredibly well this season and last season, finishing last season pretty strong, and then making some changes, making some trades, and you can tell they found their chemistry. They found the guys that are going to get them over that hump, and who knows what'll happen down the next few months. But I wish them well, and I know we see them in the next month or two, and I'm looking forward to it. But tonight, we went against an offensive juggernaut. Feel like we held them to some pretty good percentages. Just didn't come out successful in that second half, where we had a chance to secure the lead or at least get closer than we were.
Kyrie Irving off to a special news. I'm doing a story about Coach Sham got in your relationship, kind of going back with your family.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like over the past year, kind of getting to work directly with him?
It's been an incredible opportunity that I haven't taken for granted, with Sham God being my coach here, and him knowing my family really well, and him and my dad have a great rapport, and he's one of those cultural legends that has done far more off the court than he's done on the court. He's been a mentor. He's been like a big brother for not only me, but for countless other peers of mine, friends of mine, and you can tell he loves people, and he loves helping out people who want to get better, not just as a basketball player, but as a man, as a person. And it's not just a male thing; it's a female thing too. He's a mentor for a lot of different people, and I'm sure he could speak for himself. But I'll just speak from my perspective. I've just really appreciated his honesty and how much he goes to bat for me and protects me. It means a lot to have like a big brother type figure in this league, where you're going through day after day, and just it's good to have a guy like him.
I talked to you before the game. You said you guys kind of bond over generational guys from the tri-state, from New York. And
Yeah.
about just basketball. How cool was that to have a guy in Texas with you, kind of from
Yeah, well, I like to consider myself a basketball historian. As a young person, I've appreciated the game of basketball, this sacred art of movement, this physical combat, for a little while now, and I just see it from different vantage points. And I like to show appreciation for all the legends that came before me, and the guys that aren't in the Hall of Fame. Right? I don't want to exclude the guys in the Hall of Fame, but some guys don't have to make the Hall of Fame in order to still make an impact in this culture. You see countless coaches and countless teammates that I've had that are doing things outside of the game, and I feel like he falls right in that category. So when we get to bond over generational conversations and have fun and have a banter back and forth on who was better than who, or what generation was better than who, I think the older generation loves saying that our generation is soft, and we don't like physicality and just who can play in that era back in the day, and who had the physical skill set. So it makes the job fun. It doesn't even feel like a job when he's at work. And it's not just him, it's the other coaches as well. They make it feel like home here. They feel like my big brothers or my uncle. So he falls.
Last one, how much do you remember from him
Yeah, I mean, his name is floating in the projects, as we say. Like, it floats in the hood. Like, where I'm from in Jersey and New York City, particularly in the Bronx and Harlem, New York. Shout out to the Bronx and Harlem. But, it's constant comparison conversations on who's the best point guard out of New York, who's the best shooting guard, who's the best player out of New York, who's going to be the next guy coming out. And hearing about God Shamgod, that was normal for me in my neighborhood and growing up with my dad and my family members. And he's known a couple of my family members for a while. So he's one of those talented guys that didn't necessarily have one of those long NBA careers and outscoring, his generation and being one of those guys. But I'm just grateful he stuck around and helped guys like me and achieve goals that go on the court and off the court. So he's been impeccable, man.